fan. Now I'm gonna truly go uncensored on this one because I got a lot to talk about. I was on TikTok live earlier, but I was super exhausted. I already told everybody there. The reason I disappeared for a couple of days, 2 days ago, my mom was the anniversary, I guess, of my mom's death, which that's not really an anniversary. It's just a day that I kind of just stick to myself and completely block everything out. Sorry, I know that I accidentally set this live for tomorrow. I took a nap, and this nap was way longer than I expected. I woke up at 11 o'clock. I posted the video immediately, and then I started doing some research into what's going on. I'm currently over here watching Canadian Prepper and seeing how he's really, really worried. Really worried. This is the most worried that I've ever seen him. Yeah, I know he tries to keep it professional. And when he starts to get this worry, he must be noticing the stuff that I see. Oh boy, how do I want to start this? I got a lot. So we rehashed the Putin speech. We studied it on TikTok. We sat there and went through it. I broke it down for people that didn't understand it, tried to dumb it down a little bit for people that didn't understand what he was talking about. And I want to let you guys know it is way worse than any time in history at this point. We are officially in World War III. Why do I say officially? Because there was always speculation that we were in a world war. There was always speculation that, there was, we were in an economic world war. This stuff was brewing up. We were preparing for it for years. What Putin did today, he completely dropped, well, he didn't drop out. He suspended. So remember, he suspended the treaty. He's leaving room for negotiation. That's what that means by suspended. He could have just dropped out and completely just threw it under the bus. But he is trying to leave room for a little negotiation with the West. Right after he did this, he summoned the United States ambassador. Well, they did. They summoned the United States ambassador. If they get rid of this ambassador, it's over. It's over. It's done. Then for sure we're going to war with Russia, which we're already there. So Putin, he made this whole fiery speech on how the United States and NATO wants to destroy Russia. They're willing to work with Satan. They're willing to work with Martians. They're willing to, do all this stuff to destroy Russia. And he's saying that's not going to happen. But remember, he said strategically. Strategically. Now, I was waiting to see if there was going to be a reaction to Putin's speech, and there was almost one immediately. Actually, there was two major reactions. Right on the day before Putin made a speech, Biden went to Ukraine to visit Kyiv, to visit Zelensky. He's like, "Well, we invited you to the White House. How about you come over here to Ukraine?" So Biden goes over to Ukraine secretly, goes to Poland, takes a train all the way to Kyiv, sits there. Russia says no security guarantees, so Biden could have been destroyed or killed. Or hit, in a missile attack, or shot up, or kidnapped. I know he's protected, but he's in a war zone. Anything could have happened, but he was willing to take that trip for a message. The message is we're not going to back down. The message is we are going to go. We're in this in the long haul, and I think at this point, we've just pretty much admitted, because both Putin and Biden said today in their speeches that they're fighting a war. Now, I don't think Putin was talking about with Ukraine when he was talking about war. I think he was talking about NATO. And just like Biden, when he was bringing up the war, he's talking about the war against Russia. Obviously, we're not at war with Ukraine. We're helping Ukraine. But we're in the fight against Russia. So at this point, they both confirmed that we are at war with each other. But even China coming out today saying we're on Russia's side. We're going to help Russia strategically. We're going to have a strategic partnership with Russia. Oh, that can't be good. So you mean the two top superpowers, which I've been telling you guys this for a while, that they're going to work together against the United States. All of this is coming together at once. And it's just starting to open people's eyes now. Putin, when he was talking about NATO and he was talking about dropping out of the treaty, and he's talking about, using all means, Russia cannot be defeated. This man is taking on the West. He is now taking on NATO. He's now taking on everything. That's why he's upping all the buildup of military. He's upping the productivity of their tanks, of their jets, of their hypersonics, of everything. He's going full force, preparing for a long-haul conflict with NATO, not Ukraine. Remember, Ukraine would be defeated without NATO. Let's be real. Ukraine would have been done under the dust. Why would he have to prepare for a war with Ukraine? Why would he have to prepare to defeat Ukraine? Honestly, any moment he could just strike Kyiv and wipe out Zelensky. He could use a hypersonic tactical nuclear weapon if he wanted to do that, and say, hey, the Ukrainians did it. Oh, by the way, false flag incoming. Russian intelligence saying that Ukraine has radioactive materials, possibly green light in a tactical nuclear attack. I'm just saying. Russia's nuclear weapons are on high alert right now, the highest combat readiness, which has probably been a couple times within the last couple of years. This is clearly a message to NATO to back off right now, because there are NATO countries that are not on board with going to war with Russia. They're kind of scared of it, actually. And some of these countries are reliant on Russia, like Hungary, who uses, who needs oil and stuff from Russia, who, if Russia cut off, they would be looking like France right now with the protests and everything. So you have countries like Turkey that just got hit with a major earthquake, which I think that was just to shut and put Turkey out of the equation. I honestly think that one of us set that up via HARP or whatever. Definitely something happened with Turkey that was set up. We have China, who is now putting out major threats. And actually, China, I think they have a big part with what's going to happen with Russia. China's flying balloons over everybody's country. China don't give a shit no more. They're like, okay, we're going to surveil this area. We know where this nuke site is. And the Pentagon don't give a fuck. Yeah, they give a fuck on camera. But behind the scenes, I really think that they're working with the Chinese. Somebody in our government is working with the Chinese. I have to say that off rip. Nobody just flies a balloon over the United States. This never fucking happened. Oh yeah, this happened recently. Okay, so now we're just now hearing about it. I thought we were untouchable. Our borders are impenetrable. Like, what about all these big words all these Americans use? I'm American, by the way. That we are unstoppable. We can't be defeated. Nobody would ever set foot on the United States. It just takes a balloon. Just fly a balloon over their country. It'll be good. And all the Americans just start panicking over a balloon. That's why I said, what would be the reaction over a hypersonic missile going over a building, Because everybody was freaking out over a Chinese balloon, bro. Oh my God, it's right there. Like, freaking out over a Chinese balloon. So they're ready for war. 100 plus, 100 million plus Americans with guns freaked out over a balloon. Y'all ready for a full-blown, AK or a full-blown war on the soil. But everybody's, head right now is high. I can feel the nervousness of our country right now, as everywhere I go, people are asking me questions, especially if they know me. Hey, Javante, what's going on with... Hey, Javante, did you hear about... I'm like, oh my gosh. Did you see the balloon? Dude, text me. Call me. When, just a couple months ago, I'm talking about my locals now, just a couple months ago, my locals was calling me a fearmonger. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no military you have no military communications. You don't have anything. You're just spilling bullshit and creating panic and all this bullshit. And next thing you know, now we got balloons flying over our country. Now China's saying they're getting ready for war with us. Russia just dropped out of the last nuclear treaty, stopping us from, going to nuclear war. Now they could test nuclear weapons in the waters. They have nothing holding them back to doing nothing. Like, there's literally nothing holding the United States and Russia back from going to war, to nuclear war. We're at war, nuclear war. That goes in with what I said. Iran over the Middle East doing drone attacks on vessels now. I mean, the war in the Middle East is starting up. The war of the Middle East is starting up. The war of the Asians are starting up. The war of the European war has already been started. Everybody else is just following suit. This is what they did in World War II too. They started in little areas and then everybody got involved. This one started in Ukraine. Now everybody's involved. Oh, China, you give Russia lethal military aid and that would be World War III. We're in World War III, bro. We were in World War III when Iran and North Korea started helping the Russians against us. So just add China in there, that just, put more countries into the mix. We're in World War III, bro. All these countries are suffering. Nobody is having no good time of their lives right now unless you're on vacation. And even you're probably still having an eerie feeling. Something don't feel right about this vacation. It seems temporary. North Korea. United States flying supersonic jets over there, doing drills off their border. They just shot they shot 3 ballistic missiles this week, right? They shot one a couple of days ago. Oh, maybe no. One last week and I think 2 this week. I did hear about them shooting another 2 right before the drills. So and this one was this put South Korea and Japan on alert, and then the United States said they will respond. Meaning more provocations. I think North Korea is going to start the war over there and bring China into this. Why do I say China would jump into this? North Korea is on the border with China, also have a border with Russia too. So if North Korea gets nuked or something, remember when Trump sent the warships over there? I know I keep bringing that up, but I have to use that as an example because that was the only example that we really had, is when Trump sent the warships over there and said he was going to nuke North Korea, and China and Russia rushed hundreds of thousands of troops to their border. For what? Because all that radiation would have spilled into their countries and they would have had to respond via get the United States out of there or probably respond with their own nukes. Yes, they did. They sure did help with the Korean War. Yep, China did help in the Korean War. The United States was with the South. China was with the North at the time. But at the time, it wasn't really North and South. They were just, different. It was, I think, Republic of Korea, or it was just Korea. But anyways, when the United States stepped in to push the troops back up north, China came in and hurried up and rushed them back south. And then they met in the middle. And yes, the United States and China were engaged in a war. People don't consider that a war between the United States and China, but they were. They were shooting at each other. They pushed each other back. That was a war. That was a Sino-U.S. war. Anyways, it will happen again. China's made this clear since day one. If North Korea was ever attacked or the United States was to rush into North Korea with South Korea, that China will step in because, for one, they don't want any access to North Korea's nuclear sites. And for 2, they don't want the United States that close to their border. And we're seeing that with Ukraine. NATO is pushing Russia out of Ukraine. They're trying to push Russia out of Ukraine. Russia's pushing more towards the west. NATO's pushing them towards the east. And I feel like a lot of people have been saying this, that they might meet in the middle. But I don't think it's going to be like North Korea and South Korea. I think this is going to actually go into a nuclear war. And big creators are starting to notice this. Our news is starting to report on this as they are nervous themselves. They're not going to survive. They're part of the objective. They're not going to survive. They're just here to brainwash Americans or wherever they're at. So yeah, they're going to start sending in subliminal messages. Hey, y'all better prepare. Oh, this could lead to nuclear war. Oh, this could lead to World War, because they know. They know. Biden, he knows. My great grandfather, he was also in that one too. He was in that war too. Most people don't know the Korean War never ended. Nope. It was just a ceasefire. They're still at war. They're still at war. Just like Japan and Russia, they're still at war. They never had finished their dispute over the Kuril Islands. They're still at war. So when Russia rushes their defense systems onto the Kuril Islands and Japan's sitting there like, whoa, why is Russia on our borders? Because remember, you guys are still at war. United States saying, oh, we'll protect all our allies. Japan, South Korea, Philippines. Who are you going to protect them against? We're going to war with Russia and China, right? Okay. All right. There's a lot that is going on now, and I have to use my platform to start telling people the living a life thing. I always say live your life, live it to the fullest. But it's really time to prepare for the worst case scenario, because we're here. We're here. It's time to really start stocking up on that food, stocking up on any kind of pills. Like, that's actually going to help you, whether they're painkillers or whether they're, like insulin or anything like that, like any kind of medication that's going to help. It's time to really, really, really start preparing. I cannot stress it. I cannot stress it. I am saying, yes, that is me. I am saying it. I will definitely put my cards on the table and say that World War III has started today. My title is not clickbait. My title is not to grab attention. My title was that World War III started today. Putin declared war. He's taking on the West. That's his way of declaring war. Just like Biden won't come out and say, we're fighting the Russians. He's never going to tell you that. We are officially at war with Russia. And Biden took that on when he said that Russia will be defeated in Ukraine today. And Putin said, took that on as he said he will not be defeated in Ukraine. So both sides on the opposite side of the table, going in like this, and more and more parties are getting involved. Let's go. We're here. We are here. Oh boy. And it's about to get more and more ugly. Now, sign number 2 that war has already started. Have you checked around the United States the last couple of weeks? Have you noticed something different? Something similar that was happening in Russia. Everything's catching fire or blowing up. Everything. Now we got chemical everything blowing up. We have steel plants blowing up. We have pipelines blowing up. People can't explain it. Oh, it was an accident. Oh, all these were an accident, right? All these were an accident. Another fire just broke out of Florida. Massive shootings, still being a thing. I've been telling people they're coming through our southern border. Nobody wants to believe me. I said, keep the border closed. Nobody wants to believe me. No, it's fine. Just keep letting people in here. Did y'all know 22,000 Russians tried to enter our border? Did y'all know that? Did y'all know 22,000 Russians, civilians, try to go through our southern border? coming out by the White House today. Oh, yeah, they tried to get through our borders, but we had to turn them down. So how many snuck in here? How many Chinese people, well, they don't even got to sneak in here. They could just fly over here if they want to. How many Chinese people are here? I never said Putin said World War III started. I said that he declared war on the West. Never said he said World War III started. He said the West is pushing him to global conflict. Anyways, as far as how many Iranians are here, how many tried to already kill some of the reporters that, you know, have ramped up their propaganda against Iranians. Like they've tried multiple times. Then we have well, I didn't even know North Korea was trying to send people up here. I didn't even know that. I did not know that. Yeah, but North Korea is even trying to send people up here. I'm like, what? What? Okay. Yeah, I saw that on a video coming from Mexico to the north. A lot hitting to New Jersey. Everywhere. Strategic. As far as the Putin thing, I said World War III has started. I am saying World War III is officially started today, and they both made that clear, Biden and Putin. That we're in conflict. We're definitely at conflict with each other. Okay, I had to get all that out of the way. I'm sorry, I just kind of woke up and just started looking into the stuff, and I'm just like, wow. I wanted to get a glimpse of everything that's happened today and try to put out a message to my people out there that things are not normal. Things are really bad. Things are getting out of hand. These guys don't, your average civilian do not know what is coming. The radioactive planet that we're about to possibly live on, because we don't know if we're going to be living or not. 6.7 billion people is a lot of people to lose in a fight. We have never in our history had anything like that. You see it in movies, hell yeah, oh yeah, you know, tsunamis and asteroids hitting the earth and all that. But what about us destroying ourselves? How's your government preparing you for that? They tell you about the fight against it, but they're not telling you how to prepare for it. You think there's a reason they won't put out a high-tech movie about nuclear war? Probably not. The last time they tried that was the Terminator, and that was in peaceful times. Imagine them doing that in 2023, and everybody would be freaked out right now. All these countries that the United States have done wrong are now on our soil. Yep, they're here. They've been planning this for years, guys. They've been planning this for a long time. They've been planning this for a long time. They're here, hell yeah. They're chilling, they're drinking our beers and alcohol. They're smoking your pots or tobacco. They're living in the hotels and everything, plotting on, oh, I wonder if I should shoot this substation. Oh, I could do a nice good shooting in Boston right now. Oh yeah, we can blow up a good area, the church, you know, like they're plotting. They're plotting. All around you. I don't even know. There might be some around me. Not saying that all migrants are bad, just saying there is a batch of spies, paid actors, and everything in the mix. I will be more scared in Texas than I would up here in Ohio. Because Texas is like ground zero of where they're coming at. Florida, I hear that they're seeing boats and ships off their fucking coast. Washington talking about weird-ass submarines that they're seeing over there. It could be U.S., could be our submarines, but we still have 2 unidentified submarines on our west coast. EMP would only be the start of the devastation to come. Yeah, so uh, let's move to that. Because I told you guys before Russia and China would try to come to our soil, which I guess I was wrong about that. I didn't really think about them coming through our southern borders when I really started TikTok. I started pushing the narrative that we couldn't be invaded unless we were EMP'd attacked. Or, I was giving in to the Americans. I ain't gonna lie. I was giving into a lot of the Americans' talk here that, oh, we could never be invaded. We have 100 plus, million plus guns and all that. And I was thinking in my head, like, yeah, they're right. They're right. We do got a lot of people with guns and stuff. And I didn't really think of people running away from our border. They already said 1.2 million have gotten past the border already. And there's probably a lot more than that. That's only the ones that they were able to know that got away from the border, not the ones that they don't know. So I didn't really think of them actually setting up here and already being here. I kind of just thought of it as, they're going to cut the power out, probably send some submarine ships and shit, and then, start landing here. Be like Red Dawn, parachutes start coming out of the sky after the power's out and everybody's fighting each other. But I guess it can happen both ways. I guess that's a killer. They're already here, power goes out, rile up the Americans, start shooting them up or have them shooting each other. And then you got yourself an invasion. They can easily come here and do whatever, because then the army will be focused on us and focused on the wars overseas than really to be protecting us here at home. So I guess that would make a lot more sense. Boy, this is a lot. Then we got the Marburg, I think it's called, the new little pandemic that's starting to get started up. 15 people affected. Might be way more now. That was what I read a couple of days ago. 15 people was affected with that. I guess it already made its way to the United States. Very deadly. I think they said it has a death rate of 80% or something like that. So I know people are freaking out about that. They've been asking me to talk about that, and all I can say is I've seen it coming. They're trying to find a way to shut us down. They make diseases in a map, in a lab. They're setting us up. Okay, I'm not going to keep repeating the war thing. You be your judgment. Yes, we're at war. We're at war. But you be your judgment, because what is confirmed? Are you waiting for Biden to go up there and say we're going to blow up the Russians? Are you waiting for Putin to say he's going to blow up America? How many times has he already said that? Are you waiting for actual action, which has been happening? They're at war. We're at war. We don't declare war no more. We just go into it. Declaring war is so 1990s to 1940s, 1930s, going on the podium. Yeah, we declare war on the Russians. No, dude, they don't do that no more. They just go into it. They sabotage shit. They start hitting pipelines. They start blowing up oil rigs. They start going after strategic areas, start blowing up bridges. They don't do that no more. That was the war of the 1940s. We declare war. We're gonna put all their shit on your border, and then we're going in. Now we got all this shit on the border. We've already admitted we were heading towards direct conflict with Russia, over and over and over again. Imagine how devastating a zombie virus would be in World War III. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about that. Dude, that's like everything happening at once, because people are scared about UFOs now too. So that'd be like alien invasion on top of a zombie apocalypse on top of World War III. People wouldn't even know what to fucking do with themselves. They were ready for the zombie apocalypse. I see people ready for that. They were all hyped for that shit. I don't think people would even know what to do about an alien invasion, if that ever happened. I think people would kind of lose their fucking mind, especially if you're a religion. Like, you probably really lose your mind. So a lot of them think of them as fallen angels or demons. So, I think people would lose their minds on that. Some people probably be really cool. Oh, look at them aliens. Oh. But nah. I thought I would just entertain that one real quick, but hopefully World War III is all we got to worry about. But you might as well say apocalypse will be on top of that because the radiation after that, you know, is going to start killing people, having people's mind all fucked up. Like, if you survive this, I don't even think I want to survive, to be honest. It just sounds miserable. You have nobody. You won't have anybody. Nobody's going to be around you. You're not going to have a city. You're not going to have a car. You're going to be in a suit for your rest of your life or underground. If you find a person, most likely didn't turn crazy and might try to come after you, or, you know, might think that you're some kind of illusion because they haven't seen people in so long. They're starving, you know, so they're not going to be in their right mind. Yeah. We're just in some trouble. We're in some major trouble, man. Oh, boy. If you guys don't lose faith yet, it will look up. Don't lose faith yet. I want to look to the upside. I want to look and be optimistic. I'm not the type to spread fear or anything like that. I just don't see any way out of this. I think we're at the worst part. Remember when NATO said we're in a really critical point of this war? Yeah, this is the point of the war where all cards are on the table. And they're getting ready for the worst case scenario. So, prepare now. Get ready. Shit is hitting the fan. And shit is happening now. Shit is happening now. People ask me, why am I able to predict this stuff? I'm not able to predict this stuff. I just think in the minds of these politicians in these countries, I have a lot of military contacts that have come with the TikTok job. You know, them being on TikTok and having such a big platform brings people to you, especially when you're warning people, because they want to warn people, but they're not allowed to put their voices out there or they get killed. So I listen to those guys. I have connections with 2 people in the Department of Defense. I have connections with a Marine. I have a connection with a Navy SEAL, and I believe, a Navy vet too, So I mean, I have a couple of options where I get my information, you know, within movements, military movements, on what's going to happen next, on some of the things that they're just not talking about, like military, some of the equipment that's coming on bases that's never been there, you know, like just different shit. Increase of drills, increase of hostile acts. Like we were the first ones on Discord to know that some of those unidentified objects were drones over the country. That's why they won't talk about them. Some of them were balloons. I learned to listen to what the politicians say because I'm really good at reading people, and that's one thing about me. I'm a strategic person. I'm a person that like to make up strategies and think like 10 steps ahead. And with them, I listen to what they say at the moment because I know they have to put a public appearance on stage, and then I observe it. I get the message out of it. I see what other people are saying. So if Biden makes a speech, I want to hear what Putin has to say about it. If they're coming out saying, "Oh, we're not going to do anything," and they got 100,000 troops on the border, obviously they're getting ready for something. Like 2021, NATO announced that there was 300,000 troops ready for deployment. 2022, 349 troops, 349,000 troops on deployment. Put that together, that's 649,000 troops put on alert on the border of a conflict and on the border of Russia. 649,000. But they put on stage, oh no, it's only 349,000 guys, but we're sending more troops. Oh no, we're sending more. Nope, more just left. 101st Airborne. Okay, guess we got to send the 82nd Brigade. Like, what? What the hell's going on? Man, I can't stress it to people enough. Just stay prepared, man. Be worse for the worst case scenario. I'm not going to talk y'all ears off. I just kind of wanted to go into deep detail that we're at war. I have to watch it when I put it on TikTok like that because TikTok is iffy. They ban me for some stupid shit sometimes. Sometimes I don't even say nothing. They still ban me. No, this is the actual first time that he has said that his full focus is on NATO. That's him declaring war. His full focus is on NATO. All the buildup of military equipment, everything. All his next moves are really dedicated to NATO. That's what he was talking about. That was his way of declaring war on NATO. Letting them know that you guys are on our sights. And on top of that, since we're at war with each other, we're going to drop out the nuclear treaty. We can't stay in a nuclear treaty while we're at war with each other. He admitted he's at war with NATO. Just like Biden admitted that they're at war with Russia. That's why I made this title, World War III has started, and that Putin declared war on the West because he finally made it officially clear that he is coming at us. Belarus is building up on Lithuania's border, started happening right after Putin's speech. And they say they're surrounded by danger. And what Belarus means by that is NATO's building up so many troops on the north of them and towards the east, or no, the west of Belarus, that they're feeling unsafe. Then they have the war in Ukraine already. So Belarus is on really high alert. They're waiting for anything. And they're probably just going to go after Poland. Everybody's saying they're stepping into the war with Ukraine. I do see it happening, but I think they're going to focus their energy on Poland. Because if Belarus jumps in, NATO's going to jump in faster. They're already in it. They already got troops and inspectors and all that in there. But they're going to fully get engaged. All them 100,000 or 300,000 troops that's been training around there is going to be inside of Ukraine. Possibly Russia, or I pray that they wouldn't do that, but possibly Russia too. We're just in uncharted times. Every time I say something can't happen, it happens. So that's why I don't say nothing can't happen anymore, because every time someone says never, then they bring it into light and it happens. So, my American counterparts, or wherever you are from around the world, know we're in really uncharted territories, know that this is really getting out of hand, and know that you should probably have a plan for you and your family. I would probably be thinking about schooling soon. I usually don't say stuff like that, or say, save your money or do whatever. Whatever you do is what you do. That's your decision. But I'm just going to say, if the lights do go out and your kids are at school, they're probably going to stay there. Knowing all the dangers that's going to happen, they're probably going to stay there. If the war happens while they're there, they're probably going to be trapped there. Or honestly, you might be trapped on the highway, to be honest. We don't know. We don't know. You could be driving on the highway and all the cars can stop. Shopping at the freaking Walmart or at the mall, everything's off. And you can't trap hundreds of people in one place and expect everything to be okay. They'll put the signs together pretty fast. That's why I don't get what creators say we have 24 to 48 hours before they, which I've said that in the past too. I did. Before people will freak out. Now that I think about it, people will probably just freak out right away. They'll probably be wondering why their cars are not starting, why nothing, no power's on. And especially if you start hearing booms and bows, and then you're really going to go, they're really going to go wild. So honestly, it could happen sooner than later. Okay, on that note, I was at least trying to make it up to 40. I don't know about TikTok Live tonight. I'm still kind of izzy. I wanted to at least do a YouTube one, so if anybody got questions, I could take questions and answers now. I usually don't do it on YouTube. I kind of just go out. That's kind of a TikTok thing, but I'll do it for YouTube since I'm kind of canceling out TikTok tonight. So any questions or answers, I'm ready for. Stock up on water. Have you been affected by the East Palestine incident? I don't feel it yet. I did smell a lot of chemicals when I was down there. Like the whole city smells like, I don't know how the fuck they can walk around and say, huh, nothing's happening, bro. And you just infected with a whole area of chemicals, bro. Like even with my suit and stuff on, my skin was still burning. Like I honestly don't get the residents there that's saying nothing's happening, because definitely happening. Up here though, I stopped smelling chemicals, but I'm gonna wait till it rain again and be a judgment on that. What timeline do you think? For what? We're already here. The only thing I'll be given a timeline for is nuclear war, and well, yeah, I can't give a time on that. That's whoever decides to launch a nuke. 162 viewers, only 19 likes. Please like the live. Oh yeah, if you guys want to. Raccoon City, Umbrella, Ohio. Okay, I'm trying to. Are you going live on TikTok? Or when are you going live on TikTok? Probably tomorrow morning. I'm probably gonna go tomorrow morning. America, time is up. Yeah. People are still asking for more time. Time is up. We're here. We're already in war, guys. For those asking me when is war going to start, we're here. We are here. St. Petersburg, Florida, or St. Pete's. There was another explosion in Florida. Are you going to do a live of Off Grid? Yeah, I want to. I have to reach out to him. I've been really giving a. Well, that's everybody though. I've been really cutting myself off and being really isolated. And then there's people trying to turn our channels against each other by spewing nonsense and stuff. But that would never happen. I have the major highest respect for Off Grid, and I will always respect his platform. I love the message that he gives to his people, and I'm going to continue to support him. I've supported him since the beginning. I will support him to the end. And yes, I want to do that collab. I want to make it happen. Just like Canadian Prepper, I want to make that happen too. I want to be able to ask him his views and stuff and what he thinks is going to happen, because no one really pressures him. He does all the questioning. So I kind of want to see his views, All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? If not, I'm just going to end it off. What Off-Grid channel? It's Off-Grid Farming with Paul and Adrian. They are religious kind of news channel. Sometimes they do music and stuff too. It's fun. It'd be fun sometimes. I'll be seeing them jamming out. But they push the wars. They talk about some of the viruses and stuff too. I've seen them talk about the viruses and stuff going on, and they're really religious, religion based. You could tell he's really big into religion. He pushes, follow or try to find Jesus Christ, try to get right with God, and stuff like that. So if you like that, go check him out. Go check him out. I do. I even have my little prayer services sometimes when he say, close your eyes and pray. I'll be praying out here and everything, trying my best. If that's all, don't be scared. Just be aware, be prepared. That's not what I want to push. No fear. Just try to hang in there. Try to be strong. Be ready to fight if you have to. And if you don't know how to fight, teach yourself how to. Don't make excuses. Our whole country's built up on excuses, and I'm tired of that bullshit. Don't make excuses, just fucking do it. There ain't no time for excuses. You can but all those buts, you can already been making a plan. I have a lot of love and respect for you guys, and I will be back on here to talk about more of the events ahead, because I know these next days and weeks are about to be crazy, and we still have to wait for this nuclear false flag that Ukraine's supposed to be doing that could possibly start the full conflict spiraling out of control. What's the DEFCON J? They say, it says 3, but it can easily be 2. As far as America, I think we're at DEFCON 2. I think we're on the highest prepared level that we can be at right now. Just from all the activity that I've been seeing, from what I'm hearing inside the camp, it's seeming a lot more like 2 than 3. Especially Europe. I know Europe's at 2. But I think by the balloon thing, the Chinese balloon thing, put us at a higher level. So, yeah. On that note, I will be taking a chill pill. Probably just going to relax tonight, get my head back together. Got a kind of rusty. I took 2 days off. Well, I went live earlier yesterday, but I took a couple of days off just to kind of get over what I was going through with my mom's stuff, and now I'm just going to try to get back and caught up on everything. I love you guys. I hope everything stays good. Remember our golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. I'm really bad at goodbyes, as you guys can tell. I keep saying, all right, all right. I do that every live, bro. I'm like, hold on, how do I want to tell them bye? But I'm really bad at goodbyes, man. I do that in my phone calls too. I'll just keep stalling, just keep going. All right. But anyways, remember our golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. On top of that, preparedness and awareness. Don't be scared, be prepared, and stay aware. We are at war, and we are here, guys. So prepare for the worst case scenario, because seems like the only worst case scenario now is nuclear war. And hopefully we don't go into that. Hopefully they're a lot better than that. This live will be saved, so you can watch it a million times if you want to. I might post my TikTok live earlier where I did the breakdown of the Putin speech and then showed the Biden speech. And I'm honestly not the only one saying that this was a declaration of war. Everybody sees it. If you're inside that camp and you're outside of that, in the United States are already spewing around in their military camps that we're going to war. So obviously everything is fitting in the right circle. I hope you guys have a great day, and peace.